Hey peeps, we are back. We are back to talk about You, Me, and My Ex, Season 2, Episode 1. It took them a long time, right? I didn't think it was going to come back. I thought it was going to be a one-season thing. They were going to be done and moving on. But they are back. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So we meet a new couple. It's Rowan, DeAndre, and Elodie. Okay, so Rowan and DeAndre dated for 2 years. They've been currently broken up for 3 years, and Elodie and DeAndre have been dating for 8 months. Rowan is very close with DeAndre's mom, Miss V, and she says that they have become even closer since they broke up. Now, honey, listen, Miss V is all about Rowan. She says that she loves Rowan. She always has, always will. Rowan is her cake. That's a nickname she gives her. And she says that she is truly hoping that they can make their way back together and take it all the way down the aisle to get married. However, poor Elodie is totally in love with DeAndre, and I think that Elodie needs to move on about her life.
When I come to Atlanta, I tend to stay at Rowan's house or my mom's just so we can spend time together.
Yeah, and I'll take him, drop him off to go see whoever.
Go home, see my dad.
I make sure we go to my favorite restaurants for lunch.
Rowan tends to take me to the dentist.
Are they really just friends, or is there anything more? And that was my biggest question was can I really trust them alone?
Oh.
Does she still love him? Does she not? Does she still want to be with him? Does she not? Is he gonna want her at some point in his life later? Or I don't like drama. I'll just walk away and let you have it.
If my boyfriend was hanging out with their ex and mom, for me, I say that it's almost like leaving a door open. And he's good with kids, cool.
Yeah, when she's good. But honestly, when she's good, he's wonderful with her.
At some point, they're all having dinner at Miss V's house, DeAndre's mom, and Elodie calls. His mom doesn't even actually remember her name. She called her Elodie. At this point, I don't think this is good. Personally, I think that Rowan and DeAndre have more chemistry than him and Elodie. Did anybody notice how close he was hugged up on Rowan's side of the couch? Him and Rowan were sitting so close together, and they both look at each other with longing in their eyes. His mom says that she's never met Elodie, and he says, well, maybe she can come here or you can go there. And Miss V asked Rowan, are you okay with that? Because they're going to bring her, when they go meet Elodie. This is not looking good. DeAndre also lets us know that when he goes to Atlanta, he stays at Rowan's house. They hang out with his entire family. She takes him to his doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, things like that. This is a no-go for me. Okay, I am grown. I don't play these games. When you want to start a relationship with me, you need to be clean and free. I don't want to hear about you and your ex making multiple phone calls. I don't want you staying at her house. None of that is appropriate. She was not your wife. You don't have children with her. So why is she still a part of the life? Why is she still a part of our life? And I'd like to know, why is Elodie allowing this shit? There is no way that I will allow a man who is supposed to be serious about me to sleep and stay at his ex-girlfriend's house, to be FaceTiming his ex-girlfriend all day. This is a no-go for me. So I guess when they were together, DeAndre bought Rowan a rabbit. Honey, now listen, the rabbit's name is Muffin, and Muffin is adorable. Never in my life have I ever wanted to own a rabbit, and I still don't, but I definitely would like to hold and play with one. That little rabbit was adorable, especially when DeAndre was feeding her the carrots. Very cute. So then we see Elodie talking to her friend Zoe about their relationship, and Zoe says this is not okay. This is a whole lot of red flags are waving. They used to have the sex. Okay, honey, listen. To be honest, I think they still have the sex. I really do. They've got the chemistry. But you know what else I don't like? I think that DeAndre is very immature. He is extremely immature. He still wants to have his cake and eat it too. He still likes to party. He likes to hang out. Now, the thing that threw me off a little bit about Elodie is that she mentions, she's got a 2-year-old daughter. Her friend said, well, how is he with your daughter? And she says, oh, he's great with her when she's good. Excuse me? What do you mean he's great with her when she's good? I don't play that. If you can't be great with my daughter 24/7, good, bad, and ugly, then bounce. There is no way that I would entertain a guy who's only good with my child when my child is being good. Kids are not good 100%. No, ma'am. Listen here, Elodie. You need to get rid of him, Rowan, and his mama. You should be concentrating on your daughter. And if you happen to find a nice guy, that's great. But not if he's only nice to your daughter when she's good. The man that comes into your life needs to be an upstanding, honest man who is mature enough to understand that you come as a package deal and you're not out in the club every night. DeAndre is not that guy. Now, is he attractive? Yes. Does he seem to be an intelligent, nice person? Absolutely. But is he the guy for Elodie? No. I personally think that he looks better with Rowan. He seems happy with Rowan. And Rowan has the end with his mama. Go on, get back together with Rowan, move back to Atlanta, and you and Rowan get married and have a happy life. But this right here is only going to cause issues and problems for Elodie and her daughter. And that is what we do not want. Elodie is a lovely woman with a beautiful little girl, and she needs to be happy and in a healthy relationship. This here is not healthy. There has to be separation from you and your ex, especially when you don't have children together. Honey, now listen, these nut jobs are back. We've got April, Roy, John, and Lauren. Now, honey, listen. We met them last season. And last season, we all saw it. We all saw that April is still in love with Roy. We all saw that Roy is still in love with April. We all saw that John was devastated because he knows that his wife is still in love with her ex-husband. He felt very insecure and very left out, very third wheelish. We also saw April taking a bath with Lauren, and we all thought, well, what the hell is going on here? Well, honey, now listen, we are back. April has thrown John out. They are separated, and Lauren has moved in, and they are calling it a domestic partnership. However, Lauren sleeps in the bed with April, so I'm thinking it's a little more partnership, if you know what I mean. They are pissed off. This is not a happily ever after. My take on this is that I blame all of them for being idiots. I really do. But I really put the biggest part of the blame on April. So here you were married to Roy. Roy was taking care of you. Roy was loving you. He was helping you raise your child and the children that you had together. They are his children. He loves them as if he birthed them. You are a stay-at-home mom while he is holding down the fort financially. And you thought, wow, here's John from next door who's living at his house with his wife, raising his kids and family. Both of y'all thought, ooh, he's cute on that side of the fence. Oh, she's hot on this side of the fence. So you both decide to cheat on your spouses. Then you both decide to divorce your spouses and get together. You break Roy's heart. You break Lauren's heart. April and Lauren fuss and fight and argue for several years. Then all of a sudden they decide to become best friends as they still live down the street from each other. Let's start a podcast together. In the meantime, you and your fiance boyfriend John are now living in the house that Roy owns. This is odd. Hell to the no. I thought to myself, as a grown woman, there's no way in hell I would move into a house owned by another grown-ass woman who used to be my husband's wife. No, I want my own shit. And I don't understand how a grown-ass man like John would be willing to live in a home that is owned by Roy, the man whose wife you stole. Anyway,
I'm not gonna sit here and allow him to cuss at me that way and be rude.
Didn't cuss at you?
See, John, this is exactly why I kicked you out of my bed and put someone else in it.
Did you feel like a third wheel in your marriage when Roy would come around?
Feel like a third wheel? Yes, I still do.
So you ever told her that?
No, I just keep it inside like everything else.
Therein lies the problem. We
All the
have
time.
children together,
I
John.
understand that, and that's the excuse that we always go to.
It's not an excuse.
I'm not
Roy's
saying
been
that's,
in
I'm
my
not saying
life
that's a
for
bad thing.
almost
I'm just
20
saying that-
years. If you don't want to communicate with me and talk to me.
I married you for love, not for your ability to speak.
Okay,
Well, let me just shut the hell up then. When John and I separated, he moved about 3 miles away and Lauren moved in with me.
Is exactly like a marriage. We do everything together between finances, cooking, taking care of children, cleaning. It's ideal. She makes my coffee in the mornings. I go to work. We come home and cuddle.
It's me, Lauren, and April that stay here. I sleep on the couch. April sleeps in her bed. Lauren sleeps in April's bed.
I do sleep on John's side of the bed.
Listen, things have deteriorated so bad they can't even sit down together and do an interview. Roy, they done drove him to drinking. Okay, it is clearly early in the day and Roy is already gone through about 3 shots of whiskey. Roy, put down the bottle. Listen, April, in my opinion, she wants it all. First she was with Roy, but Roy wasn't enough, so she had to get John. Now John's not enough, so now she's got Lauren. At some point, they should just buy a bigger house, put 2 king-size beds together, and all 4 of you just live like that. Because this is ridiculous. It really is. I blame all of them. Roy, you should make her buy you out of the house. Get your own damn house. Move on and get you a lady. This is ridiculous. Last season, we saw him talking about how she ruins all of his relationships when he tries to start dating somebody else. Boy, if you don't grow the hell up, man up, grab your damn balls, and move on with your damn life. You don't have to be bothered with her 24/7. Yes, you have children together, but you don't have to let your life revolve around this girl. Your life should revolve around the children. Not April. You are letting her lead you around by your damn nose. Now here's Roy sitting up here talking about it really upsets him that Lauren lives there now. Of course it does. Do you still own the home? Last season you did. Did you make them buy you out of the house? Now you got her living there, shacking up in the bed with April, which is also ridiculous. And you know, John, I never thought he had any balls. You were living in Roy's house with Roy's ex-wife, and now you living 3 miles away by your damn self. Listen here, John. Divorce April. Set up some sort of custody arrangement with Lauren and move on with your life as well. Now, Lauren, I don't know how the hell you got yourself involved in this bullshit. I really don't. This woman stole your husband, and now you best friends, shacking up in the bed, doing a little podcast, and raising the kids together. If this ain't sister wife, sister brother bullshit, I don't know what it is. I don't like them. They are irritating. And can you imagine how all the children involved feel? What is going on here? Who are the parents around here? It's just ridiculous. I'm sick of these people. Moving on. The tracksuit king is back. Alex, Caroline, and Steven. Now, honey, listen. Since we last left off, they have gotten a new cat. Now, when he said that their new cat's name is Dorit, I said, oh, Lord, they're Real Housewife fans. And I should have known it, honey. But he says Dorit is blind from herpes. And I don't understand. Poor Dorit. Dorit was a little cutie, though, right? I wonder if they'll ever tell us the full story. How did tiny cat Dorit get the herpes? Anyway, poor thing. We find out that Steven is out of the phone. He's out of the phone, but he's still living in his parents' basement at 32 years old with no job. Still hoping and wishing and praying that he's going to find a job and can get out of his parents' house. You know what? I need him to stop all the wishing and apply for a damn job, Steven. Jeez, this is ridiculous. We also find out that Miss Caroline is pregnant. But I had already assumed she was pregnant because she kind of looked like she was pregnant. And they hadn't told Stephen. And I thought, well, how is it that Stephen doesn't realize that this woman is pregnant? Because she looked pregnant. Anyway, once they got pregnant, they decided to just go ahead and elope and get married. So they are married. One thing I did not like is once they got married, Alex made the comment that their baby is no longer a bastard. I would just like to say, and please put it on record, I hate that word. I hate that term. I hate it. I don't think it's okay to refer to anybody as a bastard. Even if I don't like a person, I would never call them a bastard. I don't like the word bastard, and I don't like the word see you next Tuesday. I think that is, both of those are really disgusting terms. I really hate it. Anyway, this is not about me.
Got a second cat.
And her name is Dorit. Our cat is blind from herpes, which is a whole thing that I don't even have time to get into. Surprise! We're pregnant. We took 13 pregnancy tests just to confirm that we were pregnant. And just like that,
We got it.
we got it. No more bastard baby.
Nope. Knowing that we're about to not only tell him he's not invited to our wedding, but we're also already married and pregnant, I would much rather be anywhere else.
I've been keeping these secrets from Steve for months because I'm afraid that he's gonna walk out of my life. And I really can't lose him.
Caroline and Steve, what is your relationships like now?
Caroline don't like his ass.
Yeah, I still live in my parents' basement. I'm working on getting out, but, you know, hopefully I can maybe land a job, you know, make more money so I can leave and do my own thing.
We're married now.
I hope there wasn't a shotgun involved.
No, there was not a shotgun involved, but there was a baby.
What? Not your baby, right? Are you serious?
We're having a baby.
They have decided to set up some boundaries with Stephen, and Caroline says that they need to get together so that they can tell Stephen that, you know, there will be no wedding and that she's pregnant. And I said, oh wow, this is about to be something else. Caroline says that she really doesn't like Stephen. She says that Stephen is around all the time, and she pretty much really likes it better when Stephen is not around as much. And you could tell that he's upset when she says it because he gets up from the couch and he walks off. His feelings were definitely hurt by this. Alex makes the comment that he doesn't really know how Stephen is going to react, and he's really worried about it because, you know, Stephen is an important part of his life, and he starts crying. I think that Alex still is in love with Stephen, and I think that Alex is really happy with Caroline, but I think he also wants to be with Stephen. And I don't understand why Caroline doesn't see that. I don't get it. I don't understand why she doesn't see that this is really not the healthiest of relationships. They did say that when they found out she was pregnant, they took 13 pregnancy tests. I don't think that I would waste all that money for 13 pregnancy tests when you could just go down to your doctor's office and they can confirm it for you right there. It's probably less money than buying 13 pregnancy tests. They go ahead and meet up with Stephen and they let him know that they are married, and they said it was sort of like a shotgun wedding or something like that, and Stephen is kind of shocked. He's taken aback, but he tries to chuckle it off a little bit, and he says, well, I hope there wasn't a shotgun there. And Alex says, no, but there was a baby. And that really took Stephen aback. And he makes that comment, but the baby's not yours, right? I mean, I don't know. I think he was thinking, there's no way they're having the sex. You know, I don't know. But he was pretty devastated about it. I mean, he got up and he walked out, and you could tell that he was kind of crying. To me, there seems to be something a little off with Stephen. And I think that a little therapy would probably go a long way. I also think that Caroline and Alex could use a little therapy too, because I don't think that Alex is 100% straight. And I don't think Caroline knows that. You know, we saw in the previews for the, you know, the upcoming season that Steven brings some other man around, and the next thing you know, Alex is fighting this man. I don't know what they're fighting about, but I would take a guess that it could possibly be because the man is with Steven. You know what I mean? Something is not quite right. The truth is, Steven has got to move on with his life. You know, Caroline and Alex, they seem to be happy. They are married. They've got a baby on the way and 2 cats, one who was blind with herpes. You know, they have got a life, and Steven is not a part of it. And I feel so bad for him, but he has got to grow up, get out of his parents' basement, get a job and some therapy. All right now, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.